언제까지? 감히 내 굴에 들어오다니.
제왕목 1채널 꽉잼까지 1시간 남았습니다.
어둠 속에서 발버둥 쳐라. 피해보아라. 어둠 속에서 발버둥 쳐라. 늦었다. 피해보아라.
We're side by side, no room left for a place to hide. Numbers glow in a steady line, but every second stretches time. You press the floor, I press mine. Hands retreat at the same design. lost a trace. Still I feel it fill the space. Too close for silence to feel right. Too still to call it just a right. Breath held tight in a narrow air, like something's building somewhere there. A tiny space, a lifted frame, but nothing in it feels the same. Every inch starts to translate into something I can't escape. I watch the lights climb one by one. You watch the doors like they might run. No need to speak, no need to move, but everything feels slightly new. A mirrored wall reflects it twice. The way we stand, the way it's nice and strange at once. A fragile line between what's yours and what is mine. Too close for silence to feel like. Too still to call it just a right. Breath held tight in a narrow air, like something's building somewhere there. If I shift just half a step, would it break or would it stretch? Would it open something more? A settle back like before. Your shoulder barely aligns with mine, not quite touching, just in line. And that's enough to tilt the ground without a single spoken sound. A tiny space, a lifted frame, but nothing in it feels the same. Every inch starts to translate into something I can't escape. 4x4 the moment climbs, carrying all these quiet signs. A passing glance, a steady time that makes the smallest space feel alive. No story here, no grand reveal, just a place that made me feel something brief but sharp and clear that I still carry out of here. Too close for silence to feel right. Too still to call it just a right. Breath held tight in a narrow air, like something's building somewhere there. The door will open any second now. I don't know when or even how this feeling slips, or if it stays or fades into the usual days. But for now it lives right here
문파원이
in the space that brought it near. In a ride that's almost done, but still feels like it just begun. A tiny space, a lifted frame, but nothing in it feels the same. Every inch starts to translate into something.
제왕목 3채널 꽉잼까지 1시간 남았습니다.
Doors slide open like returns. The air shifts back, attention burns. You step out first, I follow through, but something stayed behind with you. Thought I had a steady every feeling in its place. Every step aligned perfectly, no misstep in my pace. I knew exactly where to stand, how far to let things go. But something in your presence shifts the way I know. It's not a fall, it's not a break, just a subtle kind of shake. Like the rhythms that you change, not enough to feel strange. I catch myself just slightly out of line, missing beats I usually define, and I don't rush to fix it right away. I let it linger for a moment, let it stay. There's a softness in the way it pulls me near, not a fear, but something close to unclear. Like I'm learning something new about control, but it's
유니버스 무신화냐 치지직입니다.
It doesn't feel like losing ground, more like a different kind of sound, a variation I haven't played before, a softer echo I can't ignore. I take a breath, I let it move, not something I have to prove, just something passing through my space, leaving a trace I won't erase. I almost turn, I almost go back to the way I used to know. Something tells me that this time to let it shift, to let it climb. There's no danger in this change, nothing broken, nothing's changed. Just a moment slightly bent toward a different kind of intent, and I can still hold who I am, even if I don't stand exactly how I always do. There's room for something slightly new. I find a balance not the same, just a steady in its frame, a little softer, a little wise, space for something undefined. Just see it in the way I pause, not from doubt, not from flaws, not from choosing how to feel without needing to conceal. I'm still composed, I'm still aligned, but maybe less confined. And in the space I start to see another version of me. Not less, not more, just rearranged, not out of control, just slightly changed. And somehow that feels more complete than standing perfectly on repeat. So I don't rush to fix the line. I let it bend and still be mine, because perfection isn't still. It's knowing when to shift your will. And even if I move away from what I thought I'd always stay, I'm not lost, I'm just exploring a softer way of holding what I thought I had to be. Turns out to have more possibility, and that space I finally see. Balance doesn't mean rigidity.
사용할 수 없습니다.
Keep it coming, keep it coming. Don't stop, I'm already running. Feel it hit me, feel it rushing. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Keep it coming, keep it coming. No pause, no need for something. Let it let me notice.
제왕모 1채널 치지직입니다.
Every step you take is proving, every word you say is moving. I don't need to overthink it, I just feel it, no confusion. Something in the way you shoot,
제왕모 3채널 치지직입니다.
like a rhythm I can live in, like a moment I don't miss. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Don't stop, I'm already running. Feel it hit me, feel it rushing. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Keep it coming, keep it coming. No pause, no need for something. Let it move me, no discussing. Keep it coming, keep it coming. I don't care about direction, I don't need a full connection. If it flows, then I will follow. If it breaks, I'll feel the tension. You don't need to say it clearly, I can read it when you're near me. Every second feels electric, even silence I can hear it. Keep it coming, don't stop, I'm already running. Feel it hit me, feel it rushing. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Keep it coming, keep it coming. No pause, no need for something. Let it move me, no discussing. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Let it build up, let it drop. Take it higher, never stop. If it's real, then let it show. If it's strong, then let it grow. I don't need a perfect story, I don't need a final glory. Just this energy between us feels enough to keep me going. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Don't stop, I'm already running. Feel it hit me, feel it rushing. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Keep it coming, keep it coming. No pause, no need for something. Let it move me, no discuss. it coming, keep it coming. I can tell you care in the way you wait. Just a second longer than you need. Like you're giving me the space to choose what I might be. You don't say it out too clearly, but it's there in what you do, in the softness of your timing, in the way you see me through. And I notice every detail, even when I look away. How you hold back just enough, like you're careful what you say. It would be so easy to step into it, to meet you where you stand. But something in me hesitates, like I don't quite understand. You deserve a clearer answer, something steady, something sure. But I'm still somewhere in between, not certain what I'm feeling for. I can tell you care in the quiet, in the things you don't insist. Like you're letting me decide if this is something I'll admit. And I wish I knew it fully, if my heart would follow through, or if I'm just standing still because I don't want to lose you. There's a warmth I can't ignore when you're closer than before, but it fades just slightly after, like I'm not sure what it's for. And I don't wanna mislead you or pretend it's something more, just because it feels easier than opening that door. You never push me into answers, never ask for something fast. And I think that's what makes it harder, knowing you could actually last. Because if I step into this, there's no easy way back out. And I'm still inside a question I can't quite figure out. I can tell you care in the silence, in the way you let things be, not demanding any certainty, just staying close to me. And I don't wanna hurt that or take it for my own, when I'm still unsure inside if this is something I've grown. Sometimes I almost reach for you, like I've already decided. Then I pull my hand back slowly, like I'm not ready to be guided. It's not that I don't feel anything, it's just not clear enough to name. And I don't wanna promise you something I can't sustain. So I stay right where I am, in between the yes and no, hoping time might make it clearer what I'm meant to let it show. You're still here, still patient, still giving me the room. And I wonder if I'll meet you, or just let it pass too soon. I found it folded in my coat, a paper thin and forgotten note. No meaning in it at first glance, but then it pulled me back by chance. A day to place, a quiet line. Nothing bold, nothing defined, but something in the printed trace brought back the shape of that old day. You paid in cash, I laughed it off. Said something small, it wasn't much. We didn't mark it as a start, still it stayed somewhere in my heart. A faded slip, a soft increase, carrying more than what it keeps. Not what it says, but what I knew about a moment shared with you. I folded once, I folded twice, like that could help me hold it tight. As if the edges keep it there and stop it slipping out of here. No photograph, no perfect frame, just something simple with no name. But every time I look again, it brings me back to how it felt. We didn't plan to make it stay, didn't think it mattered that way. Just one small stop, one passing scene. Now living where I've never been. A faded slip, a soft increase, carrying more than what it keeps. Not what it says, but what I knew about a moment shared with you. I try to read the numbers straight, but they dissolve into that place where everything felt slightly new. And nothing needed to be true. The way you leave the closest space, the light that rested on your face, the quiet rhythm of the air that made it feel like something rare. It doesn't need a clearer line, doesn't ask me to define. It simply lives in folded form, a quiet kind of second norm. A faded slip, a soft increase, carrying more than what it keeps. Not what it says, but what I knew about a moment shared with you. If I throw it out, will it go or stay the same inside me though? But losing this erase the feel will show me what was always real. So I keep it where it fits, in between the smallest bits of things I never meant to say, but somehow couldn't let me break. The pocket was what time for, a trace of all the quiet steps that didn't ask to be defined, still left their outline in my mind. A faded slip, a soft increase, carrying more than what it keeps. Not what it says, but what it knew about a moment shared with you. And maybe one day it will fade, the ink will blur, the lines will break. But even then, I know it stays in all the unseen, quiet ways. I didn't notice when it changed the way I held myself. Somewhere between the questions, I stopped asking for help. Not because I had to, not because I was alone, but I finally understood what I had always known. There was never something missing I had to complete, nothing I needed from the outside to feel in me. I was standing in the answer the entire time, just looking everywhere else instead of inside. It's quiet when it's safe, no loud applause, no sound. Words without asking stays with me through every change, through every degree.
영원한 어둠을 줄 거야.
With what you say, it holds its ground in a steady way. And if you walk beside me now, you'll understand it somehow. Not through words or grand display, but through the way I simply stay. There's no tension left to hide, no part of me I set aside, no version I pretend to be, just everything aligned in me. And maybe that's what makes it clear when you feel something drawing near. Not a need, not a demand, just a presence that firmly stands. I don't need to prove I belong.
결과는 똑같으니까.
Correct what's wrong. I don't need to ask if it's enough, because I know it already was. From the beginning, from the start, before the doubt, before the part where I forgot what I contain and try to measure what remained. Now I see it plain and bright. There's something I have to fight, just something steady, something true, something that was always being viewed. Worth without asking. It's not a height, it's not a title, it's not a thing. It's a quiet thought that doesn't fade. No matter what it changes, it's always so up with the not ahead, not behind. I'm trying to prove, not trying to define, just living inside truth so clear that I don't need to.
이제 손을 보세요.
I can feel the way you're watching every move I make.
사냥이야.
Trying to read between the lines and never overstay. You're searching for a signal, I don't rush to get it, because I choose the way I move, the way I let you in. I don't play the game of pulling you too close, too far. I don't build a story just to make it hard. If I stay, I stay, because I wanna stay. Not because I need something from you anyway. I don't lean, I don't fall, I don't need to reach out. I stand steady where I am, and you decide if you can. Move beside me, match my pace, see if you can hold the space. There's no pressure, there's no race, just a different kind of place. I don't chase what hesitates, I don't wait on maybe stays. If it's clear, it will be clear. If it's near, it will be here. You can feel it in the way I don't react. When you test the line and then you take it back. I don't follow every shift you try to make. I don't bend for every move you hesitate. It's not distance, it's not space, it's just knowing what I place. Now you wanna know what I leave, without needing to believe that something has to be different right now, or something has to turn into a vow. I let things breathe, I let them stay, without forcing them to choose a way. I don't lean, I don't break, I don't give more than I take. I stay even in my ground, while the world moves around. You might think it's hard to read, but it's simpler than you need. I just don't pretend or hide what I feel or what I decide. And if you come a little closer, it won't change the way I hold myself inside this moment. Still composed, still in control, not control that feels like force. Not something sharp or something coarse, just a quiet certain line that I don't cross, and that's by design. I don't need to prove my worth, I don't need to prove my worth. I don't shift to match the earth. I let things orbit if they will, or fade away if they fall still. And somehow that creates a space where nothing feels out of place. So if you stay and stay with me, not because you have to be, not because you see it too. Something steady, something true. And if you turn and walk away, I won't ask you back to stay, because what's real will always find its way back without design. Heard your voice before you spoke. Quiet tone, softer note. It didn't ask, it didn't try. It somehow stayed there in my mind. You looked at me like passing by. No deeper meaning, no reply. Something small began to grow in ways I didn't even know. It wasn't fast, it wasn't clear. No sudden shift to pull me near. Just little changes in the air, like something forming unaware. And I don't need to name it yet, or hold it tight, or call it set. It's just a feeling I can't keep. Somewhere calm and somewhere deep. In between your words I stay, not too close, not far away. There's a space I wanna keep where this quiet feeling speaks. In between the things you say, something soft begins to stay. Not too loud and not too strong, just enough to bring me along. The way you pause before I run, the way your eyes don't always align, like you're holding something back, letting just enough come through. I didn't plan to notice you, didn't think I'd feel it too. And now it lingers in my day in subtle ways I can't see. Still I don't rush what this could be. There's something nice in letting it breathe. No need to push, no need to define. Some things grow better over time. In between your words I stay, not too close, not far away. There's a space I wanna keep where this quiet feeling speaks. In between the things you say, something soft begins to stay. Not too loud and not too strong, just enough to bring me along. Maybe it fades, maybe it stays, maybe it shifts in quiet ways. But even then I think I'll know it meant more than it had to show. There's no need to reach too far or turn this into something hard. If it's meant it will remain. If not, it won't leave a stain. In between words I stay, not too close, not far away. There's a space I wanna keep where this quiet feeling speaks. In between the things you say, something soft begins to stay. Not too loud and not too strong, just enough to bring me along. And if one day it fades away, like something like that couldn't stay, I'll still remember how it felt. The quiet way my guard just fell. In between your words I stay, in a place that feels like me. And even if it never goes, still
잠시
something
제정신이 아니었어. 다시 해봅시다. 뭐 있어? 나가보시겠.
Stood by a minute or two. Thought I faded out, then I saw you standing there like you belong to the timing I got wrong. No perfect plan, no set design, just a slip in a daily line, but somehow it aligns so clean, like you knew just where to lean. The door stayed open, half a breath, long enough to change what's next. You stepped in first, I followed through. Now the night feels slightly new. Late ride off time, nothing said. Still it feels like we just met in a space that shouldn't fit, but somehow made room for it. You took a seat across the aisle, looked outside, then cracked a smile, like you caught the same delay, turning into something strange. Streetlights passing, broken lines cutting through the quiet time. Every flicker marks the beat of something forming incomplete. No one planned this overlap, no one mapped this kind of gap. Still it holds a certain weight for a thing that came in late. Late ride off time, nothing said. Still it feels like we just met in a space that shouldn't fit, but somehow made room for it. I check the stops, you check your phone. Neither one completely known, but the silence lands just right, like it's built into the night. A sudden turn, a slowing pace, reflection shift across your face, and I catch it for a frame. Then it's never quite the same. We don't speak, we don't need. Something moves without a lead. A quiet sink, hidden rhyme that settles deep inside the time. Late ride off time, nothing said. Still it feels like we just met in a space that shouldn't fit, but somehow made room for it. If I had left a minute soon, or stayed behind a second too, this wouldn't be a thing. I know this wouldn't have a place to go, but here it is, a passing line that chose this unexpected time to shape a moment out of none and leave me changed before it's done. The bus slows down, the signal calls, you stand before the final stop. No backward glance, no extra sign. Still it lingers in the timeline. Late ride off time, nothing said. Still it feels like we just met in a space that shouldn't fit, but somehow made room for it. I step off last, the door shuts tight. The street returns to normal light, but something in me keeps the rhyme of how it felt to miss on time. There's a quiet in the line tonight. Not a break, just a slow delay. Something's there, but not complete. Still, it feels a lot like you. No clear words, no perfect tone. Just a signal, half unknown. Flickers in and out of range, but never fully rearranged. I don't chase it, don't define. Let it hum between the lines. A subtle thread I can't restart. Running through a static heart. It doesn't call, it doesn't end. Doesn't ask me to pretend. Just stays where the silence bends into something I can't defend. I will repeat the distant chase, but never quite reveals its face. But every time I let it play, it pulls me slightly off my way. Not loud enough to break the night, not strong enough to feel like right. Still it holds a steady part inside the soft static heart. doesn't want a clear name. It simply rests where it belongs, in all the spaces between songs. A fading line that still connects, a subtle shift I don't correct, a gentle pull I won't outsmart, inside the soft static heart. Not loud enough to break the night, not strong enough to feel like right. Still it holds a steady part, inside the soft static heart. And maybe that's enough for now, to feel it here without a foul. No need to turn it into art when it already shapes my heart. I felt it in a passing breeze, something light that stayed with me. Not a sound I could define, just a quiet in my mind. The way the morning slowly moved, nothing urgent, nothing proved, just a softness in the day that I didn't push away. I used to fill the empty air with louder thoughts, with too much care. But now I let the silence be, and it feels closer to me. There's something different in the light, how it falls, how it feels right, like it knows just where to stay without asking me to change. And I don't need to hold it tight, we'll keep it close through every night. It's enough to know it's there, like a calm I always share. Still here with me in ways I don't always see, not something I have to find, just something left behind. Still here with me in every quiet memory, not too far and not too near, just something always here. The days don't rush the way they did, there's nothing left I need to fix, just moments passing as they are, soft reflections, nothing hard. I don't chase what used to be, or try to shake what I can't see. There's a peace in letting go of things I never had to know. And even when I think of you, it doesn't pull the way it used to. There's a warmth that gently stays without asking me to stay. Still here with me in ways I don't always see, not something I have to find, just something left behind. Still here with me in every quiet memory, not too far and not too near, just something always here. I don't need to turn around or search for what I haven't found. There's a truth I've come to know in the quiet letting go. And if tomorrow feels the same, oh, shifts in some unfamiliar way, oh, I know I'll carry what is true. the parts where I question and parts where I knew. Now there's nothing uncertain in anything I do. This is where it all becomes clear. Every line, every step led here, not by chance, not by design, but by something aligned in time. I don't stand above, I don't stand apart. I stand fully present inside who I am, and that's where the power quietly lives. Not in what I take, but in what I give. You can see in the way I remain, unmoved by the pull of fleeting change, unshaken by passing attention, unaffected by surface tension. I've learned the weight of my own name, not as a label, not as a frame, but as something carried with ease through every shift, through every
제왕목
phase.
2채널 꽉잼까지 3시간 남았습니다.
To overmove everything, rest where it belongs. Nothing forced, nothing wrong. And when I move, it's not to be seen. It's because I already am. Not something reaching for the light, but something that defines it. You can follow, you can stay, you can turn and walk away. It doesn't change the space I hold. It doesn't change what I've become. Because this was never built on view or shaped by what you thought was true. It formed in places you couldn't see, and now it stands entirely me. This is the outline that remains after the shift, after the change. Not a shadow, not a trace, but a fully realized space. Every version that came before led me right to something more. Not more in size, not more in scale, but more in truth that doesn't fail. I don't echo, I don't repeat, I don't return to incomplete. I close the circle clear and bright, everything finally aligned right. And if you look before I go, you'll recognize it even slow. Not something loud or something grand, but something you will understand. In the quiet after I leave, in the space you still perceive, there's a shape that stays behind, a final imprint, fully defined. Not asking you to remember me, not asking you to hold or see me, just leaving something real enough that it remains. Without a touch, I don't arrive, I don't begin, I complete what's always been a present shape, a line so true that nothing more needs to be proved. And when the night resets again and everything returns to plain, you'll feel it once and then you'll know. Some things don't fade, they simply glow. I hear your voice before the coffee cools. It lingers softly like a quiet truth. No need for words that try too hard to shine. We move in rhythms that just feel like time. You never rush the way the world expects. You leave a space for me to just exist, and in that space I find a better breath, a kind of calm I never knew I missed. There's something gentle in the way you stay, not pulling close, not drifting far away, like morning light that settles on the floor. You don't demand, you offer something more, and I don't need a reason to believe when every silence feels so complete. It's not a spark that burns and disappears. It's something steady growing through the years. If I could hold this feeling in my hands, I'd trace the shape of all our softer plans. Not chasing dreams that fade into the night, but building something warm and built to last. And when the day begins to move too fast, you pull me gently from the rushing past. Remind me life is more than what we chase. It's found in how we choose a slower pace. There's something honest in the way you see, not just the best, but all the rest of me. And somehow that just makes me feel alright, like I don't have to hide from any light. We don't need fireworks to understand the quiet moments, say it all again. And every glance and every simple touch, there's more than words, there's always more than us. I used to think that love was always loud, a crashing wave that pulls you in somehow. But now I know it's something deeper still, a steady heart, a quiet kind of will. And even when the world is turning wild, you meet me there with something soft and mild. No need to fix or try to rearrange, you let me be, and that has changed everything. We don't need fireworks to understand the quiet moments, say it all again. In every glance and every simple touch, there's more than words, there's always more than us. So let it stay just like it is right now. No need to promise more than we allow. In every breath and every simple view, there's something real in what we always knew. And if tomorrow shifts the world we see, I know this calm will still be part of me, because of you, because of how we grew. And something soft and something true. You step a little closer like you already know. Every move I make is pulling you slow. No need to rush it, I control the pace. You can read the story written on my face. Soak in the air when I walk by you. Everything shifts in a subtle view. No loud signals, I don't need to try. You feel the change and you wonder why. I don't chase, I just align. Everything falls right into design. You're caught inside a quiet spark, a shining thread inside the dark. I can feel your attention bending, every second slowly ascending. You don't speak but your eyes confess, caught in a moment you can't suppress. I move like I already own the night, soft but steady, calm and bright. Nothing forced, it flows so clean, somewhere between a dream and scene. Come a little closer, don't hesitate. This is the rhythm you can't escape. No sudden fire, just steady glow. The kind of feeling you wanna know. You try to hold your distance still, but something pulls against your will. A quiet gravity you can't deny. No need for reason, You turned around before the song was done. Left me the beat, but you took the fun. One little look and the whole room swayed. I'm still inside the half a dance we made. You move like a thought I almost knew. Close enough that the air changed too. No big scene, no dramatic chance. Just one night living in the half a dance. The floor was light under my shoes. I wasn't ready to have something to lose. You didn't ask, I didn't plan. Still my heartbeat learned your shape by hand. You laughed once low, then looked away, like you had nowhere you had to stay. I kept the sound of that sideways glance soft and replaying that half a dance. Step in, step out, then back to me, like a line done softly off the beat. No one else could have pulled me in without a word, without a spin. I don't even know what I should call it. Not a beginning, not quite a fall. Not something loud that breaks or lasts. Just the kind of feeling that holds me fast. You turned around before the song was done. Left me the beat, but you took the fun. One little look and the whole room swayed. I'm still inside the half a dance we made. You brushed my hand like a passing spark, a tiny move in a crowded dark. Nothing wild, nothing too grand, but my whole week fit inside that hand. The bass stayed low, the lights stayed dim. The room kept folding us back within. A shoulder near, a careful chance. That's all it took for a half a dance. I've known big words that meant too much, and empty ones with polished touch. But this was small in the finest way, a quiet thing that refused to fade. You never promised Saturday, never asked if I wait your way. Still I wore that unfinished chance like a secret stitched in a half a dance. Now every hallway, every store feels one step short of something more. A passing song, a turning fan can pull me back to where we began. Not with fireworks, not with noise, not with a room full of obvious joy. It happens soft but it hits so clean, like the truest thing I'd ever seen. You turned around before the song was done. Left me the beat, but you took the fun. One little look and the whole room swayed. I'm still inside the half a dance we made. I still lean when the rhythm slides, still feel you there on my left side. Still count time in a smaller span. Ever since we began that half dance, maybe that's why it stays so bright. It never had time to turn into life. It never got worn by plans or words. It left exactly where it first was heard. In the middle space, in the nearly, in the part that held me clearly, in the breath between advance. There's a whole world in a half a dance. If I saw you now, I don't know whether I'd smile or let it go. Maybe something shine best by chance. Maybe love can start in a half a dance. So let the record skip and bend. I don't need us to find an end. I only need that tilted glance and the way I changed in a half a dance. You turned around before the song was done. Left me the beat, but you took the fun. One little look and the whole room swayed. I'm still inside that half a dance we made. Still inside it, still in that frame. No full goodbye, no solid name. Just one night that rewrote my stance and taught my heart a half a dance. Almost said it when you leaned that way, right on the edge of a word I couldn't say. My lips moved first, but my breath stayed still, like something in me forgot his will. You held my gaze just a second too long. Not enough to prove it, not enough to be wrong. The room got smaller without a sound. silence was. I almost said it right there, right then. Felt it rise up and fall again. One more inch and it would have been something real we could step within. You didn't rush me, didn't demand. Just stay close with an open hand. Like you knew there was more to give, but you let me choose how far to live. Your voice stays soft, your posture light. No pressure pushing me left or right, but somehow that made it harder still to break the line of my own will. I traced the thought from start to end, rehearsed the shape it would take and bend, but every version felt too clear, like saying it would pull you near. I almost said it right there, right then. Felt it rise up and fall again. One more inch and it would have been something real we could step within. Now it lingers in every pause and every break without a cause, and every word I choose to keep, and every silence running deep. I wonder if you felt it too, that almost shift between us two, that subtle tilt, that hidden thread that never formed but still got spread. You smiled like nothing had to change, like everything was already arranged, but I could feel that narrow space where truth was waiting to take its place. I almost said it, I let it pass, watched it fade like a piece of glass, still intact but out of reach. A quiet listener, try to teach. I've said too much in other times, turned small things into bigger lines, but this one stayed right where it stood, balanced perfectly between could and should. If I had said it, would it stay? Or would it scare the calm away? Would it break what barely grew? Or pull me closer into you? I almost said it right there, right then. Felt it rise up and fall again. One more inch and it would have been something real we could step within. Now every moment feels aware, like something fragile's hanging there. Not broken yet, not fully formed, just quietly keeping me warm. And maybe that's why I still wait, not out of fear, not out of faith, but for the second it feels right to let it land without a fight. Until that comes, I'll hold the line, keep it just this side of defined. Let it breathe without a frame, let it live without a name. I almost said it, and maybe I will, when the air feels just as still, when the space between us fits the exact shape of what this is. You say it like it's nothing, like it doesn't mean a thing, but there's a rhythm in your voice that lingers underneath. You turn away too quickly when our eyes begin to meet, like you're hiding something softer in between the spaces. I don't ask you for the truth, I let it slowly show in the pauses, in the way your careful answers flow. You keep your distance like a habit you don't break, but every step you take still circles back to me. I can feel the quiet tension growing in the air, not the kind that pulls apart, but something rare, like a thread you try to loosen, but it holds a silent understanding neither one controls. You don't say it, but you almost do, in every glance that slips right through, in every word you rearrange, in every subtle shift of change. I don't rush to make it clear, I let the moment settle here. Some things bloom without a sign, isn't far behind. You might find there's nothing left to fear, only something honest waiting here. You don't say it, but you almost do. In every glance that slips right through, in every word you rearrange, in every subtle shift of change. I wish to make it clear. I let the moment settle here. Some things bloom without a sign. Some truths don't need to be found, so we stay inside this in-between. Not too loud and never unseen. A quiet place where something grows in ways that only we both know. No need to define or decide. No need to push or to hide. We let it move the way it will. And somehow that feels better still. You walked in like it wasn't a seat. No sudden shift, nothing in between. Just a small change in the air I breathe. Something I felt but couldn't see. You didn't try to capture the room. No loud intention, no heavy perfume. But somehow everything made your way. The quiet colors at the start of day. I wasn't looking for anything new. I had my rhythm, I knew what to do. But then you smiled like it wasn't planned. And something softened in how I stand. It wasn't fast, it wasn't clear. No sudden spark pulling me near. Just little moments, easy and light, turning the ordinary into something bright. Little by little I started to feel something honest, something real. Not a rush I couldn't control, but a gentle shift inside my soul. Little by little it grew in me, not loud or wild, just quietly, like something patient learning to stay in the softest and clearest way. We talked about nothing that really matters. Stories unfinished, thoughts that scattered. But every pause felt safe somehow, like I could stay exactly how. You never tried to impress my mind. No perfect lines, no need to define. Just being there in a way so true made everything feel easy with you. I used to think I would clearly know the exact moment feelings would show, but this was different, slow and wide, like watching the tide come in with time. Little by little, I started to see a different version of what could be, and I built on words too big to keep. Something steady, calm and deep. Little by little, it made its way through every ordinary part of the day, turning silence into something kind, leaving a quiet trace in my mind. And even when we said goodbye, there wasn't a need to question why. Just something certain in the air that we both somehow still be there. No promises spoken out loud and clear. No sudden pull of doubt or fear. Just a feeling neither of us rushed, like something growing without a push. Little by little, found its place in every glance, in every space. Not something I had to chase or prove, just something natural in how we move. Little by little, it came alive without demanding me to strive, and now Never knew the way to stay a little longer than I should. Finding reasons not to leave, even when I knew I could.
인간 녀석.
It wasn't something loud or clear, just a quiet kind of pull, like a thought that kept returning, soft but always powerful. I never tried to make it up, never let it show too much, just enough to stay around you, never close enough to touch.
희생해라.
You would talk about your day like I was just another voice, and I listened like it mattered, like I didn't have a choice. It's strange how something so small can take up so much space, how a simple conversation can become a place I stay. Kept it folded in between everything I didn't say, like it was safer in the silence than risking one day. You never looked at me that way, and I never asked you to. It was easier to carry than to change what we both knew. I memorized the little things without meaning to at all, like the way you pause mid-sentence or the rhythm of a call. And I told myself it's nothing, just a feeling passing through, but it stayed a little longer every time I was with you. I never built it into something, never let it take control, just a quiet understanding I would keep it on my own. There were moments I imagined what it might have felt like then, if I said it out loud once, let it change the way we stand. I always let it fade before it reached that point, like I knew it wasn't meant to be a choice we both would join. So I stayed inside the edges of a space that felt enough, too far to lose you completely, not too close to make it rough. You never knew I thought of you in places you weren't there, in the middle of a quiet day or a night I couldn't share. And I don't regret the silence, it was never meant to be something that would turn into a different kind of story, because what we had was simple, and I didn't want to break it just to chase a different ending I might not be able to take. So I kept it where it lived, in the space between the lines, never spoken, never needed, just a feeling passing by. And maybe one day it will fade into something I don't hold, but for now it stays the same, quiet, steady, uncontrolled. You never knew, and that's okay. It was never yours to keep, just a small and steady echo that I carry inside me. You passed by like a quiet chase, didn't stop, didn't leave a place, but something in the air stayed there, and all at once it pointed to you. Not a word, not a clear sign, just a shift I couldn't define, like a note that hangs too soon and disappears. soft reminder without a name that somehow didn't fade the same. It wasn't yours to give away. Still, it found me anyway. Clouds in a passing tune. Linger longer than it should. I followed the crowded days through open doors and narrow ways. It comes and goes without a sound, but always turns my head around. No bright flash, no sudden spark, just something gentle in the dark that slips between what's said and shown, and makes a space feel less alone. You never meant to leave it here, never planned to stay this near, but something in that passing frame decided not to play the same. It wasn't yours to give away. Still, it found me anyway. A clouds and a passing tune that lingered longer than it should. Now every breeze feels slightly changed, like something subtle rearranged. A trace of what I almost knew still quietly connects to you. Try to place it, try to name the hidden note inside the same, but every word I reached to use fell just short of what I choose. It doesn't ask to be defined, it doesn't stay in perfect line. It moves the way a memory will, just out of reach, but closer still. It wasn't yours to give away. Still, it found me anyway. Clouds in a passing tune that lingered longer than it should. If I let go, it circles back. A gentle thread can't detach. Not pulling hard, not holding tight, just living somewhere out of sight. Maybe that's what makes it stay. It never tried to lead or sway. It simply wasn't that was enough to make the quiet feel less rough. So I don't chase, I don't resist. I let it look like something missed, a passing thing that chose to bloom inside the shape of borrowed perfume. Touch me now, don't slow it down. Say it loud, don't turn around. Ride this second feeling now. Touch me now, touch me now, touch me now, don't slow it down. Say it loud, don't turn around. No more waiting, no more doubt. Touch me now, I don't wanna think it through, I don't wanna play it cool. Every time I look at you, something pulls me out of tune. Heart is beating way too fast, like a moment built to last. I don't care about the past, I just know I need you now. Touch me now, don't slow it down. Say it loud, don't turn around. Ride this second feeling now. Touch me now, touch me now, touch me now, don't slow it down. Say it loud, don't turn around. second, feel it now. Touch me now, touch me now, touch me now. Don't slow it down, say it loud, don't turn around. No more waiting, no more doubt. Touch me now, touch me now. Say it louder, say it clear. I just need to feel you here. Every second disappears when you're standing this near. Don't pretend you don't feel it. Don't hold back, just reveal it. We don't need a reason for this. We don't need to make it fit. Touch me now, don't slow it down. Say it loud, don't turn around. Right this second, feel it now. Touch me now, touch me now, touch me now. No more waiting, no more doubt. Touch me now, touch me now. If this moment fades away, I don't wanna hesitate. Let it hit, don't calculate. Let it happen, let it stay. Oh, touch me now, don't slow it down, slow it down. Turn around, right this second, feel it now. Touch me now, touch me now, touch me now. Say it loud, no more waiting, no more doubt. Touch me now, touch me now. Watch me cross the room and change the shape of everything. No glitter in my hands, no borrowed kind of shimmer. I ride with measured steps, with polished breath, with lifted chin. And suddenly the air turns finer, thinner, sharper at the center. I don't need a crown to look untouchable tonight. I wear composure like a turtle close against my shoulders. Every table, every whisper, every silence glance goes still. The city held its pulse to see me coming closer. I learned how to turn stillness into style, how to make real strength for rare, how to leave a trace without You didn't lean and didn't make it loud. Didn't try to turn a moment proud. Just tossed it out with a careless tone and somehow made it my favorite. You said you'd call just like that. No way behind it, no falling. No pause to check if I believe. There's something in me quietly received.
선안도 필드보스 무신화냐 치즈직입니다.
One for a second, then it lands on a table we both forgot. But I held on to what you dropped. Say it again like it's nothing new. Like you don't see what it can do. How it bends a passing day into something else to stay. You didn't write it, didn't sign, didn't underline a simple line. Still I heard it clear and strong. You could have been there all along. I've known promises dressed in gold, heavy words that get too old. But yours was light, almost misplaced, and that's exactly why it stayed. You said you called just like that. No way behind it, no fool. No pause to check if I believe. But something in me quietly received. The cup got cold, the night moved on. The street lights blinked and then we're gone. But I kept hearing what you said, looping soft inside my head. No grand scheme, no perfect view, just a small exchange between us two. No witnesses to mark the start, just a shift inside my heart.
인간 녀석, 재물 사냥한다.
But every hour stretched it by, like your voice was still inside. Say it again like it's nothing new. Like you don't see what it can do. How it bends a passing day into something that wants to stay. Maybe you forgot by now. Maybe it's the due somehow. Maybe it never meant that much. Just a passing kind of touch. But I kept it like a note. Hold it small and summer cool. Hold it out on quiet nights. Feel it settle soft and right. You said you called just like that. No weight behind it, no format. No pause to check if I believe. But something in me quietly received. Now every ring, every tone makes me check a little slow. Not from me, not from fear, just because your words are near. And even if it never comes, even if it stays undone, I don't think I change a thing about the hope it chose to bring. Some things don't need to be fulfilled to leave a space they gently fill. Some minds don't need a second chance to still feel like a real romance. So keep it light, don't explain. Let it drift like summer rain. I'll hold it where it softly fits in all the places memory sits. You said you'd call just like that. No weight behind it, no format. No pause to check if I believe. But something in me quietly received. A paper cup of passing phase. A tiny spark that chose to stay.
축제를 위해서 희생해라.
Proof, no grand design. Still it lingers clear this time. You're sitting right across from me. Something feels a little further. There's a distance in your eyes. Wasn't there before tonight. I try to catch it when it flickers. Version of you I still know, but it fades before I reach it, like it doesn't want to show. Still talking like we always do, same words, same quiet tone. There's something underneath the surface, feels like it's already gone. I don't know when it shifted, or if I just missed the sun. But there's a silence in between us that wasn't here last time. I keep thinking if I stay still, maybe it won't move any further. Like I can hold it in this moment before it turns into something else. You smile the way you always have, but it doesn't quite land the same. Like it's resting on the surface without calling out my name. There was a time I knew you clearly without having to ask twice. Now I second guess the feeling, like I'm reading you through glass. We're still here in the same place. Nothing really looks different, but I can feel it slowly changing in ways I can't quite explain.
인간 녀석.
I don't wanna say it out loud, because that would make it real. So I let the moment stretch on, pretending I don't feel it. Reach for something on the table, your hand almost touches mine, but you pull away so gently, like it didn't cross your mind. Wonder if you felt it too,
축제를 위해서
quiet
희생해라.
almost in the air, or if it's just me noticing what's no longer really there. I keep searching in the small things, in the pauses, in your tone, trying to find some kind of answer in a space that's overgrown. We used to fill the silence easily, like it belonged to us. Now it sits between our voices, like something we don't trust. And I don't know how to fix it, or if it's already done. If this is just the middle part of something coming undone. So I stay inside the moment, like it hasn't changed at all, holding on to what is left before it starts to fall. We're still here, that much is true, but it doesn't feel the same. Like we're standing in the outline of what we used to name. And maybe this is how it happens, not with a word, but slowly, just a quiet kind of leaving. No one ever says out loud. So I sit here right across from you and let the distance stay, because saying it might break it. I'm not ready for it. There was this out of time to keep.
축제를 위해서 넌 녀석. 냄새 보여.
Can't repeat, but I remember how it felt. The corner store faded sign. You pointed out the line, like it was worth a second. And somehow that's all it took. We didn't need a perfect scene, no grand design on the team. Just passing streets that felt random, because I crossed them next to you. A little this, a little that.
인간 녀석. 보여.
A life that came in double back. No written rule, no fixed direction. Still we formed a quiet connection. We made a rhythm, not a chance. A casual kind of circumstance. No big reveal, no glamorcy. Just something on a moving street. You stepped ahead, then slowed for me. Like time and pencil naturally. No need to say, stay close or wait. You match my pace without a wait. A bus rolled by, we didn't stop. You traced a crack along the like every detail had a place inside the outline of your face. I try to store it as I can. Each little shift, each change of frame. Not knowing what would fade too fast or which small thing would finally last. A little this, a little that. A glance that stayed and faded back. No final line, no clear receipt. Still I remember every beat. We made a rhythm, not a chance. A casual kind of circumstance. No big reveal, no fantasy. Just something built on a moving street. No, every sidewalk feels the same until I step and catch that frame where something small begins to grow from things we didn't even know. The leaning pull, a passing light, a sudden laugh that lands right, a shadow shifting at your side that I can't seem to redefine. It wasn't loud, it didn't stay, it didn't try to find a way, but still it fits in every space where memory keeps a certain place. You never asked me what it meant. You let us stay just how it went. And maybe that's what made it clear. It didn't need to settle here. A little this, a little that.
인간
A moment held and taken back. No proof to keep, no words to me. Still I can feel it in my feet. We made a rhythm out of chance. A casual kind of circumstance. No big reveal, no mercy. Just something built on a moving street. If I could map it line by line, it still would miss the softer side. The way you live between the steps and all the space we never kept. So I just walk and let it play. In every turn, in every sway, a quiet loop I get to keep from something made on passing streets. Walk past the place we used to go without slowing down this time. And I noticed something different in the way I felt inside. There's no pull to stop and lean, no quiet ache beneath my chest. Just a simple kind of knowing that I finally come to. I remember how it used to be. Every step would bring it back. Like I couldn't cross a memory without falling through the cracks. But today it's
제왕목 이 채널 꽉잼까지 2시간 남았습니다.
not completely gone forever, just no longer hard to touch. I still see it when I close my eyes, the way it once filled every space. But it doesn't hold me like before. It doesn't ask me to stay. There's a calm I didn't notice when I was still holding on, like it had been waiting quietly for me to move. And I didn't force this feeling, it just settled in one day, without asking for permission, without needing me to change. I thought it would be louder, this moment of letting go, but it came without a warning in a way I didn't know. There's no need to rewrite anything, or wish for something more. What we had was what it was. It's not mine anymore. I can say your name out loud now without shifting in my breath, without tracing every memory or revisiting what's left. And it's not that I've forgotten or that it didn't mean enough. It's just no longer something that I needed because of. I think that's what surprised me, how it softened over time, not by trying to erase
인간 녀석, 재물 사냥한다.
Now it lives in quiet corners of a story that was mine, not something I need to carry, just a place I used to find. If I see you somewhere passing, I don't know what I would say, but I know I wouldn't break now, I would simply be okay. There's a difference in the silence. It doesn't feel so
인간
right.
녀석,
It doesn't press against my thoughts, pull me underground, and I never thought I'd reach this. Not like this, not so still. There's something almost gentle in the absence of your will.
인간 녀석,
I keep
재물
walking
사냥.
like I am, with nothing left to prove, just a quiet kind of freedom in the way I choose to move. And it's strange but also simple how it ended up this way. What once held me in this gravity now just slowly fades away.
영월 만공산 어떠하리?
Don't let me go tonight. Don't let me have your sight. Don't say it's just a lie. Say it again. Say it again. Don't let me go tonight. Hold me a little tight. No need to
인간 녀석,
say it again.
재물
I don't wanna
사냥한다.
play it safe. I don't wanna hesitate. Something in the way you stay pulls me and I can't escape. Every second is the same, like a spark without a flame. I don't need to know your name, I just feel it anyway. Don't let me go tonight. Don't let me out your sight. Don't say it's just a line. Say it again. Say it again. Don't let me go tonight. Hold me a little tight. No need to think it twice. Say it again. Say it again. You don't talk too much. I like that. No pretending. No fall back. Every move you make feels right, like you knew me in another I don't wanna waste a breath. Don't let me go tonight. Don't let me out your sight. Don't say it's just a line. Say it again, say it again. Don't let me go tonight. Hold me a little tight. No need to think it twice. Say it again, say it again. I don't care what this will end. I don't need a perfect plan. All I know is here and now, and you're the only thing I want. We don't have to make it last. We don't need to call it that. If it's real inside this night, that's enough to make it right. Don't let me go tonight. Don't let me out your sight. Don't say it's just a line. Say it again, say it again. Don't let me go tonight. Hold me a little tight. No need to think it twice. Say it again, say it again, say it again. Don't fade away. Stay right here. Don't drift away. Even if it's just tonight, make it feel like something real. Don't let me go tonight. Don't let me out your sight. Don't say it's just a line. Say it again, say it again. Don't let me go tonight. Hold me a little tight. No need to think it twice. Say it again. I don't move fast, I don't need to. Everything finds me when I breathe through. No sudden rush, no racing pace. I take my time and still leave the space. You look for signs, I don't show many. Not because I don't have any, but I've learned what matters stays without needing to explain. There's a difference you can feel between the loud and something real. I don't close enough to know who you are. Not close enough to cross that line. So I stayed still and played it fine. Your arm brushed wings against the frame. It didn't look like I did the same. Quiet move, a passing beat, but something shifted in that scene. No glancing, no sudden start, just a subtle pull across my heart. One seal, just out of reach. Holding more than words could teach. You checked your phone, I watched the time, trying not to read the signs. Every second stretched between what it was and what it means. A tiny gap, a simple space, felt like miles I couldn't face. Not a wall, not something real, still too much to simply feel. One seat over, not too far, close enough to change the air, far enough to stay unsure of what this moment's really for. I thought I'm moving just a bit, shifting closer into it, but something held me where I stay. Like one wrong move will make it fade. You laughed at something small, didn't turn your head at all, but I felt it cross the space, like it landed in my place. No grand scene, no sudden start, just a subtle pull across my heart. One seat over, just out of reach. Holding more than words could teach. Now every ride, every row feels like something I should know. A space that's never fully filled, the quiet tension softly built. I've been close in louder ways, said too much on clear days, but the small distance barely there carried more than I could bear. If I had leaned just slightly near,
인간 녀석, 재물,
clear.
사냥.
Or would it grow into something real beyond the line I chose to feel?
인간 녀석,
One seat over, not too far, close enough to take
인간.
the air, far enough to stay unsure of what this moment's really for. So I stayed still, I let it pass, watched it turn into the past. But even now I feel it pull that almost touched, that nearly fall. You got up before I could do the things I thought I should.
인간 녀석,
Space exactly there. You knew I'd keep it here. One seat over, still the same. No one sits, but I still claim that empty place beside my side, where something quiet chose to hide. Pull me closer, pull me closer. Say it like you really want it. Feel it moving, feel it over. Pull me closer, pull me closer. Pull me closer, pull me closer. Don't you ever try to stop it. Every second getting stronger. Pull me closer, pull me closer. I don't need a perfect reason, I don't need a full confession. Something in the way you're breathing pulls me into your direction. Every look is getting louder, every move is getting sharper. I can feel it taking over, like a wave I can't recover. Pull me closer, pull me closer. Say it like you really want it. Feel it moving, feel it over. Pull me closer, pull me closer. Pull me closer, pull me closer. Don't you ever try to stop it. Every second getting stronger. Pull me closer, pull me closer. You don't need to say it clearly, I can feel it when you're near me. Like a rhythm under silence, like a signal I can hear. No more space to hesitate, no more lines we're separating. If it's building, let it break it, let it rise without escaping. Pull me closer, pull me closer. Say it like you really want it. just wanna feel it all.
이건 녀석 멋진다.
You don't need to keep it ready. If it hits, then let it hit me. If it breaks, then let it carry. Pull me closer, pull me closer. Say it like you really want it. Feel it moving, feel it over. Pull me closer, pull me closer, pull me closer, pull me closer. Don't you ever try to stop it. Every second getting stronger. Pull me closer, pull me closer. Even if it disappears, even if it's only here, I don't wanna hold it back. I just wanna keep it near. Pull me closer, pull me closer. Say it like you want me. Feel it moving, feel it over. Pull me closer, pull me closer. You step a little closer like you already know. Every move I make is pretty slow. No need to rush it, I control the pace. You can read the story written on my face. Look in the air when I walk by you. Everything shifts in a subtle view. No loud signals, I don't need to try. You feel the change and you wonder why. I don't chase, I just align. Everything falls right into design. You're caught inside a quiet spark, a shining thread inside the dark. I can feel your attention bending, every second slowly ascending. You don't speak but your eyes confess. Caught in a moment you can't suppress. I move like I already own the night. Soft but steady, calm and bright. Nothing forced, it flows so clean. Somewhere between a dream and sin. Come a little closer, don't hesitate. This is the rhythm you can't escape. No sudden fire, just steady glow. The kind of feeling you wanna know. You try to hold your distance still, but something pulls against your will. A quiet gravity you can't deny. No need for reasons, don't ask why. I don't need to raise my voice. You all made your choice. Frequencies pulling tight, wrapped in something warm and light. Step by step you're leaning in, letting go of where you've been. No resistance left to show. You just follow where I go. This isn't chance, it's how it's meant. Every move is confident. Nothing rushed and nothing loud, but it rises through the crowd. Feel it linger in your chest. Calm intensity at best. Not overwhelming, not too strong. Just enough to pull you along. Stay right here inside this space. Time begins to lose its place. Every second softly stretched. Every breath becomes connected. No illusions, nothing fake. Every feeling we create, built on something deep and true. Even silence speaks to you. I don't need to prove a thing. You can feel it in everything. I'm moving now, I stay. Listen every way. Closer now, don't turn
이건 녀석
been drawn in
재물 사냥한다.
This is something you won't forget. Let go. There's no need to take it slow. You're already in too deep in a rhythm, soft and sweet. Nothing more and nothing less. Just a quiet confidence. That's the way I hold control. almost said it when you turned your head slightly. You knew something was sitting on my lips, and I was right there on the edge of letting go. Something in me chose to stay quiet. You were talking like it was just another night. Nothing in the air changed at all, and I kept tracing circles on the table, trying not to let my voice give me away. It's funny how the smallest things get loud when you're holding something you can't lose. Every breath feels heavier than it should, every second stretching to me. I almost told you I've been thinking of you, in moments that don't belong to you at all, in quiet rooms and passing thoughts, in places where your name just shouldn't be. But I stayed where I was, with the words sitting under my tongue, like they were safer staying hidden, risking everything. Leaned a little closer when you laughed, and I forgot how to breathe again. Like my chest didn't quite remember what to do with all this feeling. There's a softness in the way you listen, even when you don't realize you do. And I wonder if you'd hear the difference if my voice turned honest just for you. I almost said it when the silence grew, just enough to let the truth slip in. But I filled it with something meaningless, just to keep the balance from breaking. And maybe that's the way it has to be. Some things are only meant to stay unspoken, like a fragile kind of safety. We both pretend we don't notice. Still I carry it with me when I leave, like a quiet echo in my chest, not loud enough to tear me open, but strong enough to never rest. I almost told you that I miss you, even when you're sitting right there.
제왕목 3채널 꽉잼까지 3시간 남았습니다.
Never fully disappears, but I let the moment pass again. Like
제왕목 1채널 꽉잼까지 3시간 남았습니다.
choosing comfort over honesty every time it comes to you. If I had said it, would it change us? Would it just fall to the floor, like something too delicate to hold? Once it finally leaves the door, I don't know the answer to that question, and maybe that's what keeps me still, holding on to what could happen, instead of saying what I feel. So I let the night just carry on, like nothing almost happened here. But somewhere in the quiet, I know you came a little near. I'll keep walking this thin line between what is and what could be.
인간이야.
With everything I never said, still whispering inside of me.
인간 녀석.
Hold the edge of my lamp like a weapon.
인간.
Say you're low enough to want, you're high enough to want. We were leaning into midnight with our shoes out in the hall, laughing at the broken speaker, dancing anyway through all. There was traffic in the distance, color rising in the rain. There was something almost sacred in the way you eased my strain. Not with rescue, not with promises, not with perfect lines rehearsed. Just a look that said stay near closer through the blue light, through the hush between the walls, where the floor remembers each turn, and my guarded heartbeat falls. Keep it simple, keep it moving, let the feeling lead the way. In the blur of borrowed hours, we become what words can't say. You had pockets full of ticket stubs and stories left untold. I had all these careful habits, trying not to reach too bold. And your shoulder brushed against me, and the night began to bend, like a page that had been waiting for the right hand to descend. No explosion, no dramatic scene, no thunder in the sky, only tiny shifts of timing, only truth that I did not try. And somehow that was bigger than the noise we used to chase. A quiet kind of gravity, a calm that changed the shape. So I fold my doubts like paper, set them underneath the snare, let the rhythm blur the edges, let the weight dissolve in air. There's kind of patience, there's courage in your ease. You do not rush the heart to answer, you just move with what it needs. Stay with me inside this turning, where the pulses run small, where the memory keeps unfolding, like a shadow on the wall. Not too polished, not too certain, not too neat to feel alive, just enough to make me open, just enough to let me try. I remember how you listened when I dressed my fear as jokes, how you caught the hidden tremor tucked between the lighter notes, how you never made me smaller just to make the moment fit. You let every fractured detail keep the shape of where it hit. So tonight I'll leave the window cracked and let the city blur, let the passing tires answer with the low, familiar stir. Then we lean into the rhythm, not to vanish, not to run, but to feel the pieces settle into something new. And your voice, half answer, finds the part of me to stay. Now the night is no longer empty, it is a path that we have made. No announcement, no big ending, no sudden message from above, just the beat, the room you're breathing, and the slow arrival of love. Feel it in the quiet of the
인간
a gentle kind of rhythm in the air. No need to rush, no need to prove, just something soft that meets me there. The way the light leans on the wall, like it has nowhere else to be, and I don't question it at all. It settles slowly into me. There's something easy in that,
인간 녀석
something honest in the sound. Like I don't have to overthink every step I'm walking out, and I don't need a perfect plan or every answer figured out. I let the moment take my hand and show me what it's about. Stay with this moment, don't let it slip away. Nothing is broken, it's better than yesterday. I don't need reasons to feel what I feel inside. Stay with this moment and let it be alive. I used to chase a distant line, something always out of reach, but now I let the timing be high now finds a place to gently flow. No pressure pulling at my skin, no weight I have to carry through. I'm letting go of where I've been to see what's simple, real and true. Stay with this moment, don't let it slip away. Nothing is broken, it's better than yesterday. I don't need reasons to feel what I feel inside. Stay with this moment, let it be alive. There's no need to run ahead, no finish line I have to chase. I find a calm inside my chest, a steady, quiet kind of grace. And even if the world outside keeps moving faster every day, I have a place where I can land and let the noise just fade away. I'm not behind, I'm not too late, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. This little pause, this gentle step is more than I could ever need. Stay with this moment, don't let it slip away. Nothing is broken, it's better than yesterday. I don't need reasons to feel what I feel inside. Stay with this moment and let it be alive. Stay here with me now, no need to figure out everything somehow. Just let it all slow down. Stay here with me now, no need to rush the sound. We're already enough in what we found. Almost said it when you turned your head just slightly. Like you knew something was sitting on my lips. And I was right there on the edge of letting go. But something in me chose to stay quiet. You were talking like it was just another night. Nothing in the air changed at all. And I kept tracing circles on my face, trying not to let my voice give me. It's funny how the smallest things get loud when you're holding something you can't release. Every breath feels heavier than it should, every second stretching in between. I almost told you I've been thinking of you in moments that don't belong to you at all. In quiet rooms and passing thoughts, in places where you're just should. I stayed where I was, with the words sitting under my tongue, like they were safe for staying hidden and risking everything at once. You leaned a little closer when you laughed, and I forgot how to breathe again. Like my chest didn't quite remember what to do with all this feeling. There's a softness in the way you listen, even when you don't realize you do. And I wonder if you'd hear the difference if my voice turned honest just for you. I almost said it when the silence grew, just enough to let the truth slip in. But I filled it with something meaningless, just to keep the balance from breaking. And maybe that's the way it has to be. Some things are only meant to stay unspoken, like a fragile kind of safety. Both pretend we don't notice, still I carry it with me when I leave. like a quiet echo in my chest, not loud enough to tear me open, but strong enough to never rest. I almost told you that I miss you, even when you're sitting right there, like something in the space between us never fully disappears. But I let the moment pass again, like I always seem to do, choosing comfort over honesty every time it comes to you. If I had said it, would it change us? Would it just fall too far, like something too delicate to hold? Once it finally leaves the door, I don't know the answer to that question. And maybe that's what keeps me still, holding on to what could happen, instead of saying what I feel. So I let the night just carry on, like nothing almost happened here. But somewhere in the quiet, I know you came a little near, and I'll keep walking this thin line between what is and what could be, with everything I never said still whispering inside of me. Pull the edge of my hand, like a ribbon in your hand. Say it low enough to linger, high enough to understand. We were leaning into midnight, with our shoes out in the hall, laughing at the broken speaker, dancing anyway through all. There was traffic in the distance, color rising in the rain. There was something almost sacred in the way you eased my strain. Not with risking, not with promises, not with perfect lines rehearsed. Just a look that said stay near me, let the restless pass us first. I can hear the room returning when the beat begins to sway. Little steps inside the silence, little sparks that want to stay. Every step is self-confession, every breath a second chance. We do not need a good protection, we can make a world from halfway dance. Pull me closer through the blue light, through the hush between the walls. Where the floor remembers each turn, and the heartbeat falls. Keep it simple, keep it moving. Let the feeling lead the way. In the blur of borrowed hours, we become what words can't say. You had pockets full of tickets, stubs and stories left untold. I had all these careful habits, trying not to reach too bold. Then your shoulder brushed against me, and the night began to bend, like a page that had been waiting for the right hand to descend. No explosion, no dramatic scene, no thunder in the sky, only tiny shifts of timing, only truth that did not try. And somehow that was bigger than the noise we used to chase. A quiet kind of gravity, come and change the shape. So I fold my dots like paper, set them underneath the snare. Let the rhythm blur the edges, let the weight dissolve in air. There is kindness in your patience, there is courage in your ease. You do not rush the heart to answer, you just move with what it needs. Stay with me inside this turning, where the pulse is warm and small, where the memory keeps unfolding like a shadow on the wall. Not too polished, not too certain, not to need to feel jokes, how you caught the hidden tremor tucked between the lighter notes, how you never made me smaller just to make the moment fit. You let every fractured detail keep the shape of where it hit. So tonight I leave the window cracked and let the city blur. Let the passing tires answer with a low familiar start. And we lean into the rhythm, not to vanish, not to run, but to feel the pieces set into something gently done. And your voice off of half answered finds the part of me that stays. Now the night is no longer empty, it is a path that we have made. No announcement, no big ending, no sudden lesson from above, just the beat of your breathing. Feel it in the quiet of the night, a gentle kind of rhythm in the air.
인간 녀석.
No need to rush, no need to prove, just something soft that meets me there. The way the light leans on the wall, like it has nowhere else to be. And I don't question it at all, it settles slowly into me. There's something easy in my breath, something honest in the sound. Like I don't have to overthink every step I'm walking now. And I don't need a perfect plan, every answer figured out. Let the moment take my hand and show me what it's about. Stay with this moment, don't let it slip away. Nothing is broken, it's better than yesterday. I don't need reasons to feel what I feel inside. Stay with this moment and let it be alive. I used to chase a distant line, something always out of reach, but now I let the timing be and learn from what it wants to teach. There's beauty in the in-between, and everything I used to miss. The smallest shift can change the scene into a quiet kind of bliss. I hear it in the way I speak, a softer tone I didn't know. And every word I used to hide now finds a place to gently flow. No pressure pulling at my skin, no weight I have to carry through. I'm letting go of where I've been, see what's simple, real and true. Stay with this moment, don't let it slip away. Nothing is broken, it's better than yesterday. I don't need reasons to feel what I feel inside. Stay with this moment and let it be alive. There's no need to run ahead, no finish line I have to chase. I find a calm inside my chest, a steady, quiet kind of grace. And even if the world outside keeps moving faster every day, I have a place where I can land and let the noise just fade away. I'm not behind, I'm not too late, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. This little pause, this gentle state is more than I could ever need. Stay with this moment, don't let it slip away. Nothing is broken, it's better than yesterday. I don't need reasons to feel what I feel inside. Stay with this moment Step into the silence, feel the rhythm in my veins. Move and make
재물
moves.
사냥한다.
Gaze, no need for conversation. You can read it in my eyes. I'm the kind of story that you won't outrun twice. You follow like a shadow, but I never slow it down. Every glance I'm giving turns your world around. There's a quiet kind of power in the way I breathe your name. You don't even notice when you're stepping in my frame. I don't chase, I don't fall, I just draw you in. Like a whisper on your skin, like a beautiful sin. You can try to look away, but you're already caught in the soft delusion of the lines I've drawn. You feel it, don't deny it. Every second pulling tight, like a thread of silver wrapping slowly through your mind. No escape, no resistance, you're exactly where I planned. Every heartbeat sinking gently to my command. I don't need to say it loud, you already know. There's a fire underneath every move I show. It's not a game of chances, it's a careful design. Every step you're taking brings you closer into mine. Stay right there, don't rush it, let it breathe, let it grow. There's a beauty in the tension that we never show. I can see it in your silence, in the way you hesitate. You're already drifting deeper, it's already too late. I don't chase, I don't fall, I just draw you in. Like a whisper on your skin, like a beautiful sin. You can try to look away, but you're already caught in the soft delusion of the lines I've drawn. Every second feels like floating in a perfect scene, where the air is slightly different, where the edges gleam. You don't question how it happened, you just let it stay. Like a secret you're protecting in a quiet way. There's a softness in the danger, in the way I pull you close. Not too fast, not too slow, just enough to let you know. You were never really leaving, you were always on your way to the center of a feeling you could never disobey. I don't need to hold you tighter, you're already here. Every doubt you ever had just disappears in the rhythm and the motion in the space we create. You don't even realize you surrender to the stage. I don't chase, I don't fall, I just draw you in. Like a whisper on your skin, like a beautiful sin. You can try to look away, but you're already caught in the soft delusion of the lines I've drawn. So stay a little longer in the glow we made. Every second stretching out but never starts to fade. You don't need a reason, you don't need a sign. You were always meant to cross into this design.
인간 녀석.
I'm talking like the day could still be kind. Like nothing broken, meant to stay that way for life. You set your back down, brush the rain off from your sleeve, and smiled at me the way a tired heart learns to breathe. I laughed a little, said I'd heard it all before. The little speeches people leave beside your door, where you just lean back, put your hands around your drink, and let the silence say the things I couldn't think. I was not waiting for a miracle, I was just trying to make it through. Then you moved closer with your steady eyes and made the whole room feel new. You said, hold on. Not everything you lost was meant to leave. Some things return in quieter ways. A voice, a touch, a little faith. You said, stay soft. The world gets loud, but that is not your shade. With that paper cup warm in your hands, you gave me more than you had planned. A small, simple Suddenly I could stand.
인간 녀석.
The window shimmered with the traffic and the light. The street outside was busy riding up its light. And in that corner with the wooden chair that swayed, something in me stopped preparing for the wait. You asked me what I used to dream about at night. Before the noise, before I learned to live so tight, I told you peace is not the whole, not every scar. Still you listen like the smallest truths are ours. No grand parade, no thunder in the air, no sudden gold falling out of the blue. Just your low voice and the room between us, turning ordinary into something true. You said, hold on, not every ending is a closing door. Some of them open from the inside, slow as a beat, sure as the tide. You said, breathe deep, there's still a song in places left unsure. With that paper cup warm in your hands, you gave me more than you had planned. A small, simple promise, and suddenly I wanted more. I wanted laughter without checking who might hear, a steadier pulse instead of borrowed fear. I wanted time to be a friend and not a test. I wanted hope to sit beside me, not as a guest. So I looked up, really looked up at the soft white lamps and the handwritten signs, at the half-read books and the uneven lines. The barista humming under her breath, the life I still had, at the life not left. And for the first time in a long, long while, nothing in me needed hiding. Maybe healing does not end like a storm. Maybe it arrives in human scale and form. A patient tone, a chair pulled close, a steady gaze, a borrowed hour that lifts the color of your day. You did not try to fix the things you did not know. You did not force a bright performance on the low. You only offered what was honest, warm and real. And somehow that became the thing that helped me heal. So now when shadows gather around the edge of noon, when doubts come back and sing their old familiar tune, I hear your words like footsteps crossing through my chest. Not loud, not sharp, just kind enough to let me rest. Hold on, not everything you fear will come to pass. Some things dissolve when named out loud. Some storms forget to form a cloud. Stay soft, you do not need to harden up to last. With that paper cup
제왕모 채널 꽉잼까지 1시간 남았습니다.
Half a dance we made. You move like a god I almost knew. Place me up, the air changed too. No big scene, no dramatic chance. Just one night living in the half a dance. The floor is light under my shoes. I wasn't ready to have something to lose. You didn't ask, I didn't plan. Still my heart beat your shape by hand. You laughed once, then looked away, like you had nowhere you had to stay. I kept the sound of that sideways glance. I've been replaying that half a dance. Step in, step out, and back to me, like a line bent softly off the beat. No one else could have pulled me in without a word, without a spin. I don't even know what I should call it. Not a beginning, not quite a fall. Not something loud that breaks or lasts. Just the kind of thing that holds me fast. You turned around before the song was done. Left me the beat, but you took the fun. One little look and the whole room swayed. I'm still inside that half dance we made. You brushed my hand like a passion.
진짜를 위해서 희생해라.
Tiny move in a crowded dark. Nothing wild, nothing too grand, but my whole week fit inside that hand. The bass stayed low, the lights stayed dim. The room kept folding us back within. A shoulder near, a careful chance. That's all it took for half dance. I've known big words that meant too much and empty ones with polished touch, but this was small in the finest way. A quiet thing that refused to fade. You never promised Saturday. Never asked if I'd pay your way. Still I wore that unfinished gem, like a secret stitched in a half dance. Now every hallway, every store feels one step short of something more. A passing song, a turning fan can pull me back to where we began. Not with fireworks, not with noise, not with a room full of obvious joy. It happens soft, but it hits so clean, like the truest thing I'd ever seen. You turned around before the song was done. Left me the beat, but you took the fun. One little look and the whole room swayed. I'm still inside that half dance we made. I still lean when the rhythm slides. Still feel you there on my left side. Still count time in a smaller span. Ever since we began that half a dance. Maybe that's why it stays so bright. It never had time to turn into life. It never got warmed by plans or words. It lives exactly where it first was heard. In the little space, in the nearly, in the part that held me clearly, in the breath between events. There's a whole world in a half a dance. If I saw you now, I don't know whether I'd smile or let it go. Maybe something shine past by chance. Maybe life can start in a half a dance. So let the record spin down. I don't need us to find an end. I only need that tilted glance. And the way I changed in a half a dance. You turned around before the song was done. Left me the beat, but you took the fun. One little look and the whole room swayed. I'm still inside that half a dance we made. Still inside it, still in that frame. No full goodbye, no solid name. Just one night that rewrote my stance and taught my heart a half a dance.
인간
I hear your voice before the coffee cools. It lingers softly like a quiet truth. No need for words that try too hard to shine. We move in rhythms that just feel like time. You never rush the way the world expects. You leave a space for me to just exist. And in that space I find a better breath, a kind of calm I never knew I missed. There's something gentle in the way you stay, not pulling close, not drifting far away, like morning light that settles on the flame. You don't demand, you offer something more, and I don't need a reason to believe when every silence feels so complete. It's not a spark that burns and disappears. It's something steady growing through the years. We don't need fireworks to understand the quiet moments, say it all again. In every glance, in every simple touch, there's more than words, there's always more than us. If I could hold this feeling,
인간 녀석 재물
I trust the shape
환영한다.
of all our softer plans, not chasing dreams that fade into the night, but building something more to last. And when the day begins to move too fast, you pull me gently from the rushing past. Remind me life is more than what we chase. It's found in how we choose a slower pace. There's something honest in the way you stand. The quiet moments, say it all again. In every glance, in every simple touch, there's more than words, there's always more than us. I used to think that love was always loud, a crashing wave that pulls you in somehow. But now I know it's something deeper still. A steady heart, a quiet kind of will. And even when the world is turning wild, you meet me there with something soft and mild. No need to fix or try to rearrange. You let me be, and that has changed everything. We don't need fireworks to understand the quiet moments, say it all again. In every glance, in every simple touch, there's more than words, there's always more than us. So let it stay just like this right now. No need to promise more than we allow. In every breath, in every simple view, there's something real in what we always do. And if tomorrow shifts the world we see, I know this calm will still be part of me. Because of you, because of how we grew, in something soft, in something true. You walked in like it wasn't a scene. No sudden shift, nothing in between. Just a small change in the air I breathe. Something I felt but couldn't see. and try to capture the room. No loud intention, no heavy perfume, but somehow everything leaned your way, like quiet colors at the start of day. I wasn't looking for anything new, I had my rhythm, I knew what to do. But then you smiled like it wasn't planned, and something softened in how I stand. It wasn't fast, it wasn't clear, no sudden spark pulling me near, just little moments, easy and light, turning the ordinary into something bright. Little by little I started to feel something honest, something real. Not a rush I couldn't control, but a gentle shift inside my soul. Little by little it grew in me, not loud or wild, just quietly, like something patient, learning to stay in the softest, simplest way. We talked about nothing that really mattered, stories unfinished, thoughts that scattered, but every pause felt safe somehow, like I could stay exactly now. You never tried to impress my mind, no perfect lines, no need to define, just being there in a way so true, made everything feel easy with you. I used to think I would clearly know the exact moment feelings would show, but this was different, slow and wide, like watching the tide come in with time. Little by little I started to see a different version of what could be, not built on words too big to keep, but something steady, calm and deep. Little by little it made its way through every ordinary part of the day, turning silence into something kind, leaving a quiet trace in my mind. And even when we said goodbye, there wasn't a need to question why, just something certain in the air that we'd both somehow still be there. No promises spoken out loud and clear, no sudden pull of doubt or fear, just a feeling neither of us rushed, like something growing without a push.
제왕목
Little by little it found its place in every glance, in every space, not something I had to chase or prove, just something natural in how we move. Little by little
제왕목
it came
이 채널
alive without
치지직입니다.
demanding me to strive, and now I know without a doubt it's not about what we figure out, it's in the way we let things be, in quiet truth and simplicity. And if this moment is all we keep, it's already something I want to repeat. So I won't name it too soon or fast, I'll let it grow, I'll let it last, because the best things I've ever known were never forced, they simply grew on their own. You say it like it's nothing, like it doesn't mean a thing, but there's a rhythm in your voice that lingers underneath. You turn away too quickly when our eyes begin to meet, like you're hiding something softer in between the spaces. I don't ask you for the truth, I let it slowly show in the pauses, in the way your careful answers flow. You keep your distance like a habit you don't break, but every step you take still circles back to me. I can feel the quiet tension growing in the air, not the kind that pulls apart, but something rare, like a thread you try to loosen, but it holds a silent understanding neither one controls. You don't say it, but you almost do, and better still. I didn't mean to notice you that way. It just happened somewhere in between. A simple moment, nothing special, just a glance I couldn't leave. You were saying something casual, and I was only half aware. But something in the way you paused made everything feel a little more there. It wasn't sudden, not exactly, more like slowly coming through, like a thought I didn't question until it quietly felt true. I kept telling myself it's nothing, just a passing kind of thing, but it stayed a little longer than it probably should have been. And now I catch myself remembering details I didn't need to keep, like the way your voice gets softer when it almost turns to speak. I don't know when it started shifting or why it settled in like this, but there's something in the silence that I'm suddenly aware I miss. You don't see it, I'm almost certain, because I barely see it too. It's just there in small reflections, in the things I start to do, like waiting just a little longer when I know you might be near, or listening a bit too closely just to hear you clearer here. I didn't plan to let it go, I didn't give it any space, but it found its way inside me without asking for a place. And now it's sitting in the background like a quiet second voice, not demanding any answers, just removing any choice. I still act the way I used to, nothing different on the outside, but there's something underneath it that I'm trying hard to hide. Because if I start to name it, it might change the way things are, and I don't know if I'm ready to take it that far. So I let it stay unnamed, just a feeling passing through, something soft and undefined that somehow leads me back to you. You laugh and I forget to think for just a second too long, like my thoughts are catching up to where they've been all along. And I don't know what to call this, or if it even needs a name, but it lingers in the quiet, and it never feels the same. Maybe it will fade out gently, like it never really stayed, or maybe it keeps unfolding in the choices that I make. For now I'll keep it where it is, just beneath what I can say, something I didn't mean to notice, but haven't looked away. I didn't mean to notice you that way. It just happened somewhere in between. A simple moment, nothing special. Just a glance I couldn't leave. You were saying something casual, and I was only half aware. But something in the way you paused made everything feel a little more there. It wasn't sudden, not exactly, more like slowly coming through, like a thought I didn't question until it quietly felt true. I kept telling myself it's nothing, just a passing kind of thing, but it stayed a little longer than it probably should have been. And now I catch myself remembering details I didn't need to keep, like the way your voice gets softer when it almost turns to speak. I don't know when it started shifting or why it settled in like this, but there's something in the silence that I'm suddenly aware I miss. You don't see it, I'm almost certain, because I barely see it too. It's just there in small reflections, in the things I start to do, like waiting just a little longer when I know you might be near, or listening a bit too closely just to hear you clearer here. I didn't plan to let it go, I didn't give it any space, but it found its way inside me without asking for a place. And now it's sitting in the background like a quiet second voice, not demanding any answers, just removing any choice. I still act the way I used to, nothing different on the outside, but there's something underneath it that I'm trying hard to hide, because if I start to name it, it might change the way things are, and I don't know if I'm ready to take it that far. So I let it stay unnamed, just a feeling passing through, something soft and undefined that somehow leads me back to you. You laugh and I forget to think for just a second too long, like my thoughts are catching up to where they've been all along, and I don't know what to call this, or if it even needs a name, but it lingers in the quiet, and it never feels the same. Maybe it will fade out gently, like it never really stayed, or maybe it keeps unfolding in the choices that I make. For now I'll keep it where it is, just beneath what I can say, something I didn't mean to notice, but haven't looked away. Don't say anything yet, just stay where the silence ends. Right before we decided this is where it ends. Your hand almost reaching, then pulling slightly back, like we're both aware there's something we don't wanna crack. There's a rhythm in the distance, like a pulse beneath the street, and it matches every second that our eyes refuse to meet. We're suspended in a moment that could turn into a flame, but we're careful with the spark because we know it has a name. Take it slow, don't let it fall into a line we can't undo. Let it hover between us, not too far and not too true. Every almost feels electric, every pause a quiet there. We're not saying what we're thinking, but it's already there. Stay right here where it's not certain, where the tension feels alive, where the space between our voices holds the truth we try to hide. We don't need to cross the boundary, we don't need to make it real. There's a beauty in the almost, there's a power in the feel. You lean closer for a second, then you shift your weight away, like you felt the edge approaching and chose not to let it stay. I can see it in your breathing, I can hear it in your tone. There's a softness you don't show when you think you're on your own. We are walking on a line, drawn in something undefined. Every step a quiet question, every glance a different sign. And I wonder if you notice how the air begins to change when we move a little nearer, then pretend it's all the same. There's no script for what we're doing, no direction we should take. Only instincts, only fragments of decisions we might make. But the way you hesitate feels more honest than a yes, like you know that once we cross it, nothing stays the way it was. Hold it there, don't let it break into a version we expect. Let the moment keep its edges, let the meaning stay unchecked. We are closer than we say it, we are further than we show. In between us two directions is the place we both know. Keep it quiet, keep it breathing, keep the distance in the frame, where the tension doesn't vanish when we try to give a name. I don't want a simple answer, I don't want a settled view. I just want this fragile balance hanging lightly between us two. There's a flicker in your laughter, like it almost turns sincere. Then you cover it with something just to keep the surface clear. And I do the same without it ever needing to be said. We are circling the feeling, but we're choosing not to tread. Still it grows in every silence, still it lives in every glance, still it waits inside the spaces where we never take the chance. If we let it become something, will it lose what made it right? Will it turn into a pattern? Will it fade into the night? Or will it hold the same intensity it has before we speak? That uncertain kind of energy that makes the moment peak. So don't say anything yet, let it stay where it began. In the pause before intention, in the space before we plan. We are standing on the threshold of a truth we haven't known. And I'd rather feel it forming than regret where it went. There's something in the way you move, not fast, not slow, just perfectly. Like every second finds its place, without a hint of urgency. You never try to take control, but somehow lead without a sound. And I can feel it in the space whenever you are around. It's not a game I recognize, no push and pull, no hidden rules, just something simple, something rare that doesn't try to play me like a fool. And I keep noticing the shift in how I breathe and how I stay, like I don't need to second guess every little word I say. Something in your timing pulls me just enough, never overwhelming, but it feels like trust. I don't have to chase it, I don't have to hide. your silence doesn't strain. It holds a rhythm of its own that flows without a trace of pain. And when you look, you don't look through. You stay, you listen, you remain. Like nothing else is rushing past, like presence is the only gain. I used to think that spark meant noise, something loud and hard to miss. But now I see a different kind of steady breathing kind of bliss. And every time I lean away, you never pull me back too strong. You let the moment shape itself, and somehow that just feels so right. Not wrong, something in your timing pulls me just enough. Never overwhelming, but it feels like trust. I don't have to chase it, I don't have to hide. Something in your timing moves me from inside. No sudden fire, no crashing wave, just something warm beneath my skin. A quiet pulse that builds in time and slowly draws me deeper in. I feel it when you say my name, not louder than it needs to be, but wrapped in something I can't place, a tone that feels like clarity. And I don't need to rush ahead or figure out where this will go, because the way it gently stays is more than I have ever known. This isn't something I can fake or try to force into a frame. It moves in ways I can't predict, but still somehow it stays the same. Something in your timing pulls me just enough. Never overwhelming, but it feels like trust. I don't have to chase it, I don't have to hide. Something in your timing moves me from inside. So I'll stay right here a while and let it breathe, let it unfold. No need to turn it into more, no need to rush or try to hold, because the beauty in this space is how it lives without demand. And all I really need to know is how it feels within my hand. Something in your timing keeps me steady, keeps me real. And in this quiet kind of rhythm, I finally understand what's real. You look at me like you're trying to decide if I'm a moment or a change in your life. But I don't wait for answers to arrive. I'm
당신의
moved before
탑에서는
you
뒤에
even
무엇을
think
도와드릴까요?
aside. There's
보내실
a
물건이
rhythm in the
있으신가요?
way I
안전하게
turn
물건을
around.
보내고 또
Like
받을 수
I already
있으니
know
언제든지
you're
저를
watching
이용해주세요.
now. You can try to read me, take your time, but I've been writing stories in your mind. I don't need forever, I don't need a plan. I just like the way you try to understand. Every little move I let you see is a piece of something you can keep. Come a little closer, then I pull away. Like a perfect game you never get to play. You can follow every step I take, but you'll never know which turn I'll make. I smile like I know something you don't. You stay like you know you should go, but you won't. There's a lightness in the way I move, like I've got nothing here to prove. I don't fall, I don't chase, I just glide. Let you wonder what I keep inside. Every second that you hesitate only makes it harder to escape. You think you're getting closer to the truth, but I just shift the angle of the view. Every answer turns into a clue, and every clue just leads you somewhere new. Don't take it serious, don't call it real. It's just the way I like to make you feel. A little curious, a little unsure, but always coming back to me for more. I don't need forever, I don't need a plan. I just like the way you
몸 조심하세요.